O Almighty God, show kindness to us. You have given us the true knowledge of Ved. In Ved, you have advised to do good to others. Obeying you, we are trying to make whole world as happy, full of all virtues, free from all vices, as they were 7,000 years from now. By your infinite power, nothing is impossible. In front of light, darkness cannot exist. In front of truth, false cannot exist. In front of virtue, vice cannot exist. Dear friends, brothers and sisters, the title of today and tomorrow's video is No Beef in Bed. Due to unavoidable reasons, we have to stop the video. So we are starting again from last chapter. Misinterpretation of Bhish to me. In the present write-up, only the part pertaining to the references quoted by Mr. Jha from the Rigveda in his book are being reproduced to reveal as to how the Vedic hymns have been grossly misinterpreted. It is revealing that the deductions of Mr. Jha are based on the commentary of the Ved by Sinacharya, which was rendered into English by H. H. Wilson. It is equally satisfying to emphasize here that answer to these misleading interpretations only came from the bhashya of or commentary of the Ved by Swami Dayananda Saraswati and its English translation by Swami Satyaprakash Saraswati and Sri Satyakam Vidyalankar. On the strength of this novel commentary, it was possible to repudiate the thesis of Mr. Jha, and it also leads us to infer that there is dire need for the Arya Samaj to project the Ved's commentary by Swami Dayananda Saraswati all over the world, because he was the pioneer to bring out the true spirit of the Ved. In the realm of Vedic interpretation, we owe debt to Swami Dayananda Saraswati. His commentaries were based on the Nighantu and Yask's Nirukta, and he thought deep and delved deep to arrive at the rightful Adhyatmic and yogic spirit of the mantra. The opinion of a great saint philosopher, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, will be most per, pertinent to quote in this regard. In the matter of Vedic interpretation, I was convinced that whatever may be the final complete interpretation, Dayananda will be honored as the first discoverer of the right route amidst the chaos and obscurity of old ignorance and has long misunderstanding. His was the eye of direct vision that pierced to the truth and fastened on that which was essential. He had found the key of the doors that time had closed and rent ascertain the seals of the imprisoned fountains. At this stage, it is desirable that we approach this important aspect to endorse and accept the rightful interpretations instead of clinging to defective literal translations of the Ved, which are revelations by the Almighty God, who blessed us with this divine knowledge to guide our path, since the Vedic revelation was synchronous with man's first appearance on earth. How can our Creator prescribe offering of His own creatures? After independence, this aspect should have received due attention, but it is sad that this remained untapped, and ever the Sanskrit language came under cloud when a Rajya Sabha nominated Christian member Frank Anthony introduced a bill to drop this sacred language from the 8th schedule of languages enshrined in the Indian Constitution in 1977. Their schedule of languages enshrined in the Indian Constitution, there is no doubt that some Western scholars did an appreciable job to introduce the faith to the outside world, which inspired the scholars to learn Sanskrit to benefit from the treasure of wisdom of Vedic rishis. But unfortunately, it followed a wrong path without application of their inner mind or intellect as was done by the devoted disciple of Swami Vijayanand, who was actually blind of eyes, but he imparted such vision and deep knowledge to Dayanand that he clung to the soul and spirit of the Ved, and it is our bounden duty to follow this path to understand the sacred words of God, which can never be wrong and are never infallible. In the context of the commentary, that is, translation of the Ved by Max Muller, it will be relevant to point out the opinion of Mr. Bollinger, the editor of Russian edition of Sacred Books of the East series as follows. What struck me in Max Muller's translation was a lot of absurdity of sense passages and a lot of what is not lucid. As far as I can grab the teaching of the Ved, it is so sublime that I would look upon it as a crime on my part if the Russian public becomes acquainted with it through the medium of a confused and distorted translation, thus not deriving for its soul that benefits which this teaching should give to the people. In this book, Vedic Humans, Max Muller himself said, my translation of the Vedas is conjectural. Comparison of interpretation. Now to commence comparative interpretations of the citations quoted from the Rigveda by Mr. Jha are being dealt with, beginning from the very first mandal of Rigveda as follows. The glaring difference in substance and the spirit of the cited Sukta 162 and 163 of the first mandal of Rigveda is illustrated to establish that misinterpretation is at the root of this problem. Each Sukta has its Rishi and Devta. Rishi depicts Drashta, whereas Devta depicts the subject matter which facilitates the understanding of the mantra under respective sukta. Sukt 162. Name of Rishi, name of Devta. Dirghatama. Mitra Dao Lingokta as per Swami Dayananda. Dirghatama. Ashwa Astuti as per translation of Wilson. Sukt 163. Name of Rishi, Dirghatama. Name of Devta, Ashwo Agnir Devta as per Swami Dayananda. Dirghatama Devta Ribhu Ganah as per translation of Wilson. The above implies that both the suktas are in glorification of the horse. But our Western enthusiasts and Mr. Jha, along with his Indian ideals, have either ignored the very basic need and gone to crucifixion of the spirit of mantras, which is left to your esteemed judgment. Sukt 162 has 22 mantras, while Sukt 163 has 13 mantras. Mr. Jha states that in the Ashwamedha horse sacrifice, the most important of the Vedic public sacrifices first referred to in the Rigveda in the aforestated Sukta, page 31 of his book. Sukta 162 is in fact deals with the science of applying horsepower automation of the fire pervading in the form of energy. No mantra supports sacrifice of horse. Of course, the first mantra has been translated by Max Muller in a wrong manner as follows. Many mantra Varuna, Aryama, Ayush, Indra, the Lord of Ribhus, and the Marut not rebuke us, because we shall proclaim at the sacrifice virtues of the swift horse sprung from the god. From history of ancient Sanskrit literature. Similarly, H. Wilson, in his translation based on the commentary of Sinacharya, states as follows. Let neither mantra nor Varuna, Aryama, Ayu, Indra, Ribhu, Sin, nor the Aruts censure us when was proclaimed in the sacrifice in the virtues of the swift horse sprung from the gods. transliterated version of this mantra is given below. Manvo mitro varuno aryaman ayur indro ribhu cha maruta parichan yadvadino devajanjatasya sapteh prabhakshamo vidathe vidyani. Maharshi Dayanand Saraswati in his Hindi commentary has rendered that translation as follows. We the performers of yajna in all seasons, be the in the battlefield, yat whose bhajina stormy divastya learned men and born out of the divine virtues, sapte of the horse, biryani unique performances, pravarshamaha we shall describe Naha, the daring performance of our horses, Mitraha, friends, Varunaha, sublime, Aryama, and deliver of justice, Ayu, to the knower, Indra, the all elevated or Aishwaryavan, Ribhuksha, intelligent and Maruta, priests, Ma Parikyan should ever disregarded. These properties to easily grasp the spirit of mantra, the following translation will be helpful. We shall describe here the energy generating virtues of the powerful horses, planets, aided with brilliant properties of the vigorous force of heat. The learned never dispute these properties. There is a vast difference in the above quoted translations. Obviously, the wrong seats were shown by Sayan and Mahidhar, who were the models adopted by the Western scholars, namely Max Muller, Griffith, Wilson, etc. Swami Dayanand Saraswati, in his book An Introduction to the Vedas, has और ऋग्वेदादि भाष्य भूमिका has adversely criticized the commentaries of Sayan and Mahidhar in context of some of their interpretations of the Vedic hymns. They could be held responsible for the horrible and horrid interpretations which suggest as if the Vedas were the text to lay down the modes of sacrifices. Is it not a tragedy for the Dharmacharya Sanskrit scholars of this country that they also could not pursue the path shown by Dayanand and not bogged down only in the rituals of worship in the temples and no attention was paid to the sources of knowledge which were the guiding principles of Aryans, our worthy ancestors and sons of the Mother India, Aryavart, as the Vedas proclaimed men as Amritasya Putraha, and we need to follow this path if we want to be proud of our heritage and hold our head high, or otherwise we are going to be leveled with the legacy of butchers and animal killers who desire to please different gods by various sacrifices performed in the yajna. Eighth mantra of this sukta is translated as follows. The fleet of horses is controlled by holding of bridles and saddles placed thereon to make them strong. The grass and cereals are fed to them. Likewise, the learned people control and regulate their power of senses and taking nourishing diet. Wilson's translation is as follows. May the halter and the heel ropes of the fleet courser and the head ropes, the girth and any other part of the horses and the grass that has been put into his mouth. May all these be with you, horse, amongst the God. This is nothing but literal and mechanical translation, bereft of the substance and spirit of the mantra. Ninth mantra was again wrongly interpreted by Max Muller, Wilson and Griffith to translate the word Kravhi, Kravisah as the flesh. It is an adjective of as, aswasya and derived from kramu pada chepa. Hence it means the pacing horse and not of the flesh. Sami Tuhu has been translated by Professor Max Muller and Wilson as of the immolator. Griffith has translated it as of a slayer, but etymologically some alokane means to look at. This with love and peace, and should mean a person who looks at the living being with love and peace and not slayer.
बस स्वामी जी आज बहुत बड़ी होगी वीडियो, तो कल को बनवा दी।
So, as time is over, so next things we will discuss later. So, dear brothers and sisters, you have learned that only the translation of Dayanand is correct and rest are completely false. So I have proved that they don't know anything. Either Sayan, Mahidhar, Ravan, Ubbat, Bhaskand Swami, Max Muller, Wilson, so on and so forth, and follower of them, the recent translators. A scholar of Sanskrit cannot judge the books of English, French, German, etc. Similarly, a scholar of English cannot judge the book of Sanskrit. So, you have learned very fully that whatever I have said, that Dayanand is only correct and rest are wrong, it is proved correctly. Thanking you for listening. Please share and subscribe so that all the people of world can be benefited very soon and they can make their life sublime and beautiful. Thanking you. Namaste ji.